What's up, guys? Dreaded Skater here. Bro, it has been raining all week. I haven't had a chance to skate at all this week, and to be honest, I didn't even know if I'd have a video ready by Monday. But then I remembered a great idea that the homie Pierre had. Shout out to him. I'm gonna throw his Instagram up right now. He told me to rate my subscribers' skateboard setups, and I was like, that's a great idea. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Before we even get started, there are a few skateboard companies that I'm not a fan of just from personal experiences. For example, independent trucks. The only trucks for the axle has like snapped. I'm not a fan of indies at all. The other brand that I really am not a fan of is DGK. It's the quickest I've ever had a board break, so not a fan of it personally. Another brand is Primitive. Second quickest board of mine to break, so not a fan of that. And if there are any board brands that I don't know anything about or haven't ridden, I'm going to just be as neutral as possible with them. I can't rate them too high or too low because I don't know about them. So I'm going to try to be as fair as possible for those brands. I figured that it's only fair to start this video off with my setup. So we got this Primitive Miles Silva deck. We got some Spitfire Formula 4s. I know they're tiny. I get comments about my tiny wheels all the time, but I like small wheels. We got some Thunder trucks, always hollow lights, always Thunders, can't do anything else. I've been looking into Aces though, so might get those in the future. We got some Reds bearings, shake junk grip, and this board's actually broken, so maybe a new skateboard setup coming soon. And we got shake junk hardware. And yeah, that's my setup. Y'all can go ahead and rank that in the comments if y'all want to. Before we get into this, I just want to say skateboard setups are subjective. What you like is what you like, and nobody's opinion should change that. My opinion really doesn't matter if you like what you're writing, so this is just for fun, just giving my opinion. And also, I understand that some people got to ball on a budget. I got to do the same thing, so I'm not trying to knock anybody who's balling on a budget. This is all just for fun. But now let's get into y'all's setup and get right into ranking them. Let's see. First setup we got is by the good homie Jai. Y'all go sub to his channel. I'm gonna have it in the card right now. So go subscribe to him, but let's get into his setup.
So we got the Mob grip. We got a little bit of the Tomo grip. Sorry about that chip. We got the Indie hardware. We got the real Ashad board. Fuck with the graphic. We got the Reynolds Independence. And then we got the Spitfire lock-ins.
Alright, so I'm pretty mixed on Jai's setup. I really like the Spitfire lock-ins and the real board, but the Tomo and the Indies are going to bring down the score a little bit. I like Tomo, don't get me wrong. I think that the grip looks really cool, but it's just that price. For that price, I'm not sure if y'all are going to see me riding Tomo, but it's nothing against the actual grip itself. So let's see. I feel like Jai has a really mid setup. Like, I'm not trying to hate on nobody's setup. I think everybody should do their own thing. What y'all like to ride is what y'all like to ride. But I feel like it's not like a crazy high setup. Like, my setup right now is probably like a 6 or a 7. I haven't found my perfect setup yet. So this setup, my setup, is gonna be the base. This is a 6. And I feel like Jai's setup is actually nicer than mine. So, because he just got everything new. I think I'm going to give him... I'll give him a 7. I think it's 1 point above my setup, which we're going to call a 6. Yeah, let's go with the 7. I feel like that's fair. Jai, your setup gets a 7. This next setup is by Gunnar Hine. I'm going to throw it up on the screen right now. Not going to lie, your setup is looking good. So I have everybody set up written down on a piece of paper, so I'm going to read off Gunner's to y'all right now. He's got a Hockey 825, Indie Hollows, that's a plus, Formula 4 Spitfires, mini logo bearings, and Mob grip tape. So if they were just normal Indies, then it would just kind of be like mid. But since they're hollows, I feel like that adds points. I don't know. For me, I like a lighter setup. So this is based off of my opinion also. This is like what I think is like a superior setup. Ooh, that's a hard one though. That's a hard one. I feel like the only thing that brings it down is mini logo bearings. I've had mini logo bearings. Not a fan of them. I think we're going to go with an 8. I feel like that's a fair score for his board. And his grip job was sick. I messed with that. Yeah, I feel like that's a fair score. An 8. The next setup we have is by Teo SK8TS. He's got a crooked board. That's actually my next board. I've never ridden a crooked, so I can't really say much on the board. Indie trucks, very popular so far. Spitfire wheels, again, very popular. Mob grip, popular. This is the crazy part. He has Bone Swiss. Bone Swiss are $89 bearings, and I feel like that has to give him like a 9 just because of that. Whew, that's a hard one. I think a 9 is fair because a crooked board, I've heard that they're really good. I'm gonna just call the deck average because I don't know much about them besides what I've heard. The trucks are pretty much base, same with the wheels, but those Bone Swiss have to make it at least a 9. So we're gonna go with a 9 for your setup, and maybe even a 10 if I knew more about crooked. If I have a good experience with crooked, then who knows? It might be a 10, but yeah, we're definitely gonna leave you with a 9. So the next set we have is by Aaron_SK8 with what I believe is 3 underscores after that. And this one's pretty interesting. He has an unknown deck with unknown grip, tensor trucks, pig wheels, and reds bearings. He says he thinks that the deck is just a blank that his brother painted on because it was a board that his brother gave to him. So I really don't know what to say about the board or the grip. Pig wheels, they've been growing on me. Their team is starting to look crazy. They got Junior, RIP, Vincent Nava. Bro, I think I'm gonna have to go like a 5 or a 6. Let's go 5.5. I don't know, because there's just so many blanks that like some of them are good, some of them are just like meh. So I don't know, that's just hard to rank because it's like so little information. So I think I'm gonna go with the 5.5, which is like directly in the middle. Man, I don't know. We're gonna go with the 5.5. I'm sorry, bro. This next setup is like my least favorite everything put together. I'm gonna show y'all the setup real quick first. This setup is by Dominguez.sk8. He's got a DGK deck, Jessup grip, Crux trucks, Richter wheels, and Reds bearings. Whew. Oh, I don't even know where to start. Like I said in the beginning, I don't like DGK. Jessup grip. If you've ever talked to me about grip tape, you'll know I don't mess with Jessup. Crux trucks, I don't know. I've never had them. I mess with their low kingpin though. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's not like they're bad. Their team's also pretty sick, but I don't know. It's just not a truck that appeals to me or that I think I'll ride anytime soon. Richter wheels, I've had them. Wasn't really a fan of them. That might have been my fault though because they were like really soft. It was like before I knew much about wheels and like durometer, but I didn't really like the wheels. Reds bearings, I mean, that's kind of standard. Bro, this isn't looking good, man. Honestly, like a 3 out of 10, my boy. I hate to say it, but oof. I feel like what brings it down the lowest is the deck and the grip. Me personally, that's just from personal experience. Not a fan of either of those. Most of the setup is just not what I like, but if you enjoy it, bro, keep riding it. Here's the next setup by Kieran B _. Now, this one is interesting because I have no clue about the board and the grip, or the trucks, or the wheels. They have a slappy board, slappy grip, in their words, generic trucks and generic gel wheels and bones bearings. I don't think I can rate that. The graphic on the board looks sick. Feel like I just can't rate that because I don't know anything about anything on the board. I feel like all I can say is like a 5 because that's right in the middle. I don't want to give it like a low score because I feel like that's just unfair for no reason. But I can't give it a really high score either because I just don't know. So I feel like a 5 right in the middle is fair. So yeah, it's a 5 out of 10. The next setup is by AMO Daniel, and I feel like this is one of my favorites without even writing some of the stuff on this board. So he's got a Baker 8.5, which, oh my gosh, some of my best memories was riding a Baker 8.5, bro. Bro, some of the best times. Just from nostalgia, I like the Baker 8.5. Formula 4 wheels, 54 millimeter, a little bigger than I like. I like, these little baby wheels. These are like, what, 32s? He has Ace trucks, which I mess with so heavy for no reason. I've never had Aces, but they just look so fire, so I really mess with Aces. And he has Bronson Ross. This is probably one of my favorite setups so far as like a total. I think I'm gonna have to go with a 9 or an 8. I think an 8.5 is fair. He didn't tell me what grip he had though. So if it's Baker on Shake Junt, then that's an automatic 9. But if it's Mob, 8.5, because everybody knows you have to go Shake Junt with Baker. So yeah, we're gonna give that an 8.5, unless if he has Shake Junt, then it's a 9. This next setup is by Henry.Fleury. Okay, so y'all seen it. Baker board, Spitfire wheels, Indies trucks, Mob grip. This has got to be the most common skateboard setup ever. Like, that's not even hate to anybody who has this setup, but I feel like I could go to the park like tomorrow, and throughout the day at least one person will have this setup. I feel like I've just seen it so many times, and it's not a bad setup at all, but I feel like it's just extremely common. I think I'm going to give it a 7 because I feel like it's just the most average skateboard setup you can have. Yeah, no, I'm going to go with a 7. This next setup is by _Andre Randalls. So like I said, this was a complete coincidence to have those two boards back to back, but everything was pretty much the same. I think it's only fair to give it the same rating. No, that's not true, because he had Shake Junt grip, which I think gives it bonus points. We're going to go with a 7.5. Next setup is by Nick.Ger1224. Board setup, we got a girl board. It's an 8. It's reflective. And for the bearings, we got big balls. The wheels, we got Bone 152s. The back chuck is Adventure. Front chuck is Kruk. And yeah, that's basically it. Alright, so his setup is kind of crazy. Girl board, that's pretty standard. I like the shape of girls, but I haven't had one in a minute. Bone's big balls bearings, I'd say better than normal reds, but the trucks are where he gets me. 1 Venture and 1 Crux. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just like what he has, but I'm not sure how I'd feel about that. I've never had mixed match trucks, so I'm really not sure how to rate that. I think I'm gonna give it like a 6 because everything on the board, the girls board's pretty good. Everything's pretty standard, but I'm not a fan of Ventures or Crux or Bones. Both a 6, about the same as my setup. No, we're gonna go with a 5.5, a little bit under my setup. The next setup is by Captain Morgan 336_. Here it is. So we got a Plan B deck, silver Class M trucks, Autobahn 52mm wheels, Bones Reds bearings. I've never had Autobahn, so I'm not sure how to feel about those. And Silver's trucks, I've never had those or had a friend that's had them either. I feel like this one's hard to rate because I don't know anything about any of the companies. I haven't even had a Plan B. So I'm going to give this one just like a 7 because I don't know too much about the companies. But from as much that I know that they're not bad companies. If y'all think my rating was a little bit too high and y'all have ridden any of these brands, just let me know. Because I'm really just not sure. So we're just going to stick at a 7, which is like passing, but kind of just in the middle, very mid. And we are at the final board setup, and the board belongs to Pierre himself. He said that he wanted me to also rate his board when I do the video, so here it is. I'm going to throw his setup on the screen right now. So on his board, the only thing that I know of are the board, the bearings, and the grip. He has a girl board, Red's bearings, Mob grip, and he has Sushi Pagado trucks. Never heard of them. And he has Osprey wheels. I don't know where to rate this either. He said that they're just basically the cheapest trucks and wheels at his local skate shop. If y'all do know about these brands, let me know about them in the comments, because I've never heard of them. So, I don't know, because it's just hard to give it a good rating or a bad rating if I just don't know about it. So I guess we're just going to give it another 7 because I know so little about the brand, so we're going to stick it at a 7. I think the best setup of the day has to go to AMO.Daniel. He had the Baker board with the Ace trucks and the Spitfire wheels. So yeah, I think we're going to go with him for the best board. Let me know if y'all want me to do more of these, because I actually had fun just rating y'all's boards. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Really close to 4,000, and I'm actually doing a board giveaway at 4,000. So go ahead and subscribe so I can do that board giveaway. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram at dreadhead_skater. I post new videos every Monday, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. Peace out.